Tech for Senior Live. Welcome, everyone. It is January the 6th and snowing in Comox. Oh my gosh, we got rid of all the snow and now it's back snowing and we got a big dump. Anyway, welcome everyone to our show today. This is episode 41 and is the day for our new podcast. So this will be podcast tomorrow. And we'll be going out as a podcast, and new for Tech for Senior, new product for us, and we're anxious to see how everybody likes it. So if you are here today and you're in the audience, we'd sure appreciate it if you'd put your name in and tell us where you're from. And if you do get a chance to listen to our podcast, we'd like some feedback. You know, this is a new project and we're wondering how it's going to work out. So we're all ears, as we say in the biz, right? We are all ears. So yes, welcome. And
mine are covered.
yeah, mine are too.
That's right. So so anyway, who are we? Well, of course, on Monday we have our Tech for Senior show, which is we've been doing. This will be coming up season 3. We'll begin entering our 3rd year now, so that's sort of cool. And everybody here today is a regular on the show, and I'll introduce everybody in just a moment. We also this is being broadcast out through StreamYard to YouTube and Facebook. So if you are over trying to get into our Zoom meeting, because our Monday meeting is a Zoom meeting, and no one's there. You can stay there in the meeting all day, but no one's going to be there. You have to come out. And if you want to find the link to get here and listen, just go to our website. There's big buttons there that says, here, push this button and it'll take you right to this meeting. So it's because this streams to our YouTube channel and to Facebook. So you can see it on either Facebook or YouTube, and of course this will be as a podcast tomorrow at the same time and on Friday morning. So there we go. Huey, I'm going to get you to hold the comments till I introduce everybody. Then maybe
I was planning on doing that.
Yeah, maybe we'll go through the comments. Speaking of Huey, of course, is my co-host on our Monday show. Huey Popla, do you want to say hello?
I want to say hello, everybody. It's a new year. We're ready and raring to go, and we're already almost a week into the year. It's flying by.
It is. Now, Huey and I have been at the gym lately, and we're getting in shape. We both have our boxing gloves on because the big debate is coming up on January the 17th, which is not this coming Monday, but the Monday after. And we are going to duke it out as a big debate. And Huey's arguing that you should back up your hard drive, and I'm arguing you should not. And we'll see who's going to win the debate. So we're going to have.
I know who's going to win.
We will see. We will see how this works out. Anyway, we're going to have a big debate that will be on the Monday on January the 17th. Next, I'd like to introduce Bob Garcia. Bob, of course, is a regular on Tech for Senior. He does his security update. Not only is he a security guru, but he's a master of producing videos. He produces a lot of videos. Great stuff on Windows 11, Windows 10. He is an amazing guy, and we are so honored to have you with us, Bob. How's that for an intro?
Very nice. I also know why you guys didn't invite me for the boxing match. I actually did Golden Gloves during my.
Oh, did you really?
Yes, I did.
Oh, okay. Huey and I are just faking it. We don't have any gloves on us, Bob. So you were a fighter.
Yep.
Oh my.
Where I
Okay.
grew up in the Bronx, you either learned to be a fighter or a bleeder. One of the
There you,
two.
there you, there you go. Now we have. So there's the three of us now. Even more famous and is getting famous whether he wants it or not is Ray Baxter. Ray is our music specialist. He provides all the music for our show on Monday. And Ray, I just have to show you now. Where was this little clip I want to show you? I want to play this. And if you are listening, if you're in the audience, and I play this little clip, these are people dancing at our last meeting when Ray played his music. And I want to play this. If you know who these people are, put it in the chat. It's a short clip. I'll play it again. Watch this. And if you know who they are, put it in the chat. There you go. So Ray, you have people all over the world dancing to your music, listening to it. You're such a great guy.
Well, that is the first. If you would have asked me, did I ever think that someday people in South America would be dancing to my music? That would not have been near the top of the list. So I'm pretty pleased with that.
There you go. There you go. And also, those of you who are get our newsletter, which of course you can sign up for at www.techforsenior.com, you will find out in there that Ray has a playlist, and all the songs that he does each week. I add to that playlist, so you can simply hit the playlist and listen to hours and hours of music that have all been on the show. Isn't that right, Ray?
Yes. And one of these days, I'm going to put together on something on the internet, which will give all the write-ups that I did over the years, because a couple of people have asked about them.
Right.
And I think they go hand in hand with the music.
They do. That'd be great. Yeah, that'd be a big journey. Gerald says West Seattle, 45 degrees. Ron, Arizona. Well, it's really pretty. Like I don't mind the snow when it comes down, and it's real pretty outside right now. And I got enough food in the house to last forever, so that's not a problem. It's when it starts to melt and the rains come, and it's this mucky mess. That's what I hate. But yes, I do. Lots of snow overnight in Victoria. Yes, Victoria and Vancouver got hit. Ohio, Liz Milford, Ohio, 21 degrees. Bob Baxter, Belleville, 48 degrees, light rain. Snow is gone. Yeah, we're sending you more though. It's coming. Ivana Stewart, Argyle, Texas, freezing today. Bob, you look a little chilly. Are you got your heat on?
Me?
Yeah, you don't.
No, I don't have a coat on today, just a shirt.
Okay. JJ from Waukegan, 14 degrees. Waukegan. Where's Waukegan?
Illinois.
In Illinois.
Oh yeah, it's right on there. Yeah, okay, Illinois, right. Okay. And Dick, of course, is down by Huey, Sanford, Florida.
In 66.
Yeah. And George Bowden here too in Saanich. So yeah, you guys are probably getting it. Maureen Glenn from Victoria. Yeah, you're gonna get lots of snow. Joan Grieg in Victoria, just got my power back on. Yeah, lots of widespread power outages. Betty Sheets, good to see everyone. Betty from Clearwater, Florida. Yeah. Hey, Jim and Chris. Oh yes, Liz says Jim and Chris Gould on the video clip. You're correct. It was Jim and Chris. Yeah, for sure. Is that the end? Sally, sorry, go back up one. 47 degrees with rain. Snow is disappearing. Yeah, all our snow did go away, and it was completely gone away. But then it came back last night with the big snowfall. Wendy Akenclose, I am unable to add my name. No, we got it.
It does it automatically.
We got you, Wendy. Wendy, you're there. Liz Milford Gould. Yes, it's Jim Chris Gould. Betty Sheets Gould. Yeah. I'm in Victoria, BC. Hey, lots of people from Victoria. This is great stuff. As you know, I'm just in Comox up the road from you. Steve Powell, 47 in rain. Where's Steve from?
I think
Steve's
he's
a regular
voice as well.
I think he's in Ohio or Michigan, somewhere
Somewhere in
up
the Midwest.
Yeah.
I just went to our
and-
Facebook page, and that little clip with Jim and Chris, it has 149 interactions.
I told him, I was talking to him this week, and I said that we're going to use it as part of our intro for our show. I think this would be great.
Ron, for our podcast audience, you didn't mention Ray is in Pine, Arizona. I'm in Bradenton, Florida, and Bob G is in Los Lunas, New Mexico, and you're in Comox, British Columbia. So
that's true.
And I know Bob has met you. I have never met you personally yet. We've been doing the Tech for Seniors now for 93 weeks.
I'm one person who met everybody.
Yeah,
I met everybody as well.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm the odd man in, I guess.
But you and I talk almost every second day. We've run the show now. This is for our third year, and we've never met. In fact, I've never met above your chest. I've never met your bottom half.
There's a lot of it there. So.
So I'm hoping someday we'll maybe, I just don't see myself getting to Florida very soon.
Well, you guys couldn't be too further people apart.
Yeah,
I know. Well, I met, you see, because when we were in Arizona, I met Ray. Ray came down, and I met you in person. That was great. We had a good time, and Bob comes through and does his security stuff. So I've met Bob, but I've never met, and Bill James. I have never met Bill, and I talk a lot as well, but I've never met Bill James. He comes on Thursdays. The third Thursday he's here, and he's our gadget guy. But speaking of gadgets,
I've met him also. So
have you? Yeah. I have something to play for you guys. I have little clips for you every week, and I wanted to show you some gadgets today and see what your thoughts are. Right now, for those of you who are listening on the podcast, I'll describe what this is, and I'll put the links in the notes on the podcast, so you can actually, if you want to go there and click and watch this video, these are. So these are the latest gadgets from CES, and the first one I wanted to play for you is watch this. This is the new Withings Scale. Now, not only it's all glass as you see here, and it does all the usual things, but as you stand on it, it analyzes your body composition and tells you how much water, how much muscle, how much fat, all that, and it scans you, and it will scan that. Now, as you're standing on the scale, and by the way, this got the CES 2022 Consumer Award, you hold this up and pull it up towards you, and it does a 6-lead ECG. So it does a complete ECG on you when you stand up and hold that. And this is all on this scale for around, I think it's going to be around $100.
Wow.
So what do you guys think of that? Do you guys stand on scales? I thought that was pretty cool. Measures your body, all your body composition. Oh, it tells you your weight too. It tells
Ron,
you.
I get enough insults already. Do I really have to pay for them?
All right. Okay. Just hold that. Just hold that there. Now, this is you might think this was also there. This is from Moen. And these are the new Moen taps. And as you just wave across the top, and it gets hotter, and you wave the other way, and it gets colder. And if you put your hand over it, it stops. Just like in the commercial stores you go in. Now, you don't really want to be touching the faucets. So these are faucetless, and these are the new Moen taps that are going to be, it's part of their new series that they're bringing out this year, and it will be faucetless. So I thought you might be interested in that. That's new if you're building a house, putting additions on or whatever. I can certainly see you don't want to be touching things as much because you might get sick.
Have we come so far that we are afraid of our own germs, or those of the people we live with? Wow.
All right. Okay. Well, if you didn't think that was cool, I got another one for you guys. All right. Now this is really cool. Now you got to watch this. This is going to be really cool. Oh, no, I don't want that one. This is the one. So these are chopsticks. How many of you have eaten chopsticks and you don't and you can't make them work? These chopsticks are pick things up. You just push the button on the side like this, and then they come and you can grab things. And they're serrated. The edges are serrated so that you can actually grab them. And they come with a little bag that you can put them in, and there you go. And those are and that's the chopstick. So it's easy to pick stuff up. So now when you go to a restaurant and you go to and you try to eat with your chopsticks, you can. This is much easier for you if you're not a good chopstick person. So what do you think of that? Don't you guys think
that looks amazing? But I think people will look at you funny.
Bob, in my earlier career, my banking career, I worked for a Japanese bank for a few years, and that was a prerequisite to get the job. So I can use
chopsticks.
Well.
Yes, my brother married a Japanese girl, and a long time ago, and so we were always over at their house there. So I sort of grew up in the last 20 years with chopsticks. She's always, we're always using chopsticks. So it's sort of interesting. Dorothy says, getting ready to shovel after this. Yes, indeed. I told you it's coming. We're sending it down there. We had a big dump all night, and no one's really going anywhere till the snowplows come through. So anyway, that's
hopefully you're not shoveling a whole lot of boulder we're pushing out.
Indeed. So there we go. And Steve Powell, Kirkland, Washington. Oh, okay. And yep. Michael Swift, me too, Dorothy, right? Yeah. The snow is, if you would like a type of degree symbol to use.
If you'd like to type a degree symbol.
Use, Alt plus 0176. Dick, you're always so smart. Didn't know that. Thank you so much. Scale is pretty cool. Stop chopsticks. Oh, I thought the chopsticks were a pretty cool idea. Yeah. All right. What do you guys think? We should do some work. Maybe look at some news articles.
Yeah. Take a look at some things on Facebook.
There's a lot there with CES. So
exactly.
Yep. Well, I guess it was a bit of a bust day. Nobody was there. Like they didn't have anybody there. And I was listening to Chrome Unboxed, and Robbie Payne was talking about some of the new Chromebooks that are coming out, and they sent them all over to Chrome Unboxed because nobody was coming by the booth, and they had all these new Chromebooks, and which are pretty cool. There's some cool stuff, and they were just doing some reviews of them that are coming out this week. So anyway, that's interesting. Okay, let me share my screen.
And for those listening to the podcast, what we do is we go to our Facebook page, and you can go to the Tech for Seniors Facebook page yourself, and we look at various articles that have been posted, and then we talk about them.
So what we'll do today is, and maybe everyone can help correct each other if we forget. We'll mention what the article is about, the title of the article, and a bit about what it is, so that if you're not visually looking at it, then you'll know at least what we're talking about. Healy, you managed to sneak this in, eh?
I snuck a
couple.
How
did you get the first
this morning? I didn't get online to look at some of the newer stuff until this morning, and then I put them on. Anyway, this is how to add multiple Google accounts on your Android phone. That's something that I've been doing. I used one app for one Gmail account, and then I used the browser for another Gmail account. And right after this show, I'm going to go and follow the directions on this, where I can have 2 or 3 different Gmail accounts that I have in the one app, and be able to look at all of my Gmail accounts together.
So was this an app that you have to put on your phone, or is this?
No, this is just directions on how to have multiple Gmail accounts in the Google email app.
Right. Because I think it's important that we mention to people that is that your phone, your Android phone, is linked to a Google account. In other words, when you set the phone up, you have to put your account in. So there will be an account that is on the phone, and that is your native account for the phone, right?
Yeah.
And so if you wanted to look at another account, then this article would be a way to do that. All right. Well, you got another article here too. You were busy.
Yeah, recently there's been a lot in the news about the 5G and airplanes and air travel, and the fact that AT&T and I think it's Verizon were ready on the 5th yesterday. They were supposed to turn on this new channel of 5G, and was it FCC or the FAA said no, it's going to interfere with airports. And so I guess they held off. They're going to hold off for 2 weeks before they turn it on. And this article kind of explains what the whole thing's about. So it would be a good article to read and go through.
It's a little ironic that they've had a couple of years to make the necessary changes.
Right.
So now they're going to have to hurry up and do it in 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's really between the FCC and the Department of Transportation, and other countries have been using this. The space on the band is very wide. They say there should be no interference. I think Bob has mentioned before the people who run the airlines don't want to update their equipment.
Right.
So Dewey Kloos, who's he talks regularly. He has a weekly. It's called Dewey's Tech Talk, and he has a regular weekly part of our show on Monday. He addressed this topic in his last presentation last Monday for us as well. I guess my question is really 5G is used all over the world, right? It's being used in China and Southeast Asia a lot longer than, of course, we've had it in North America. And they still fly all their planes. They fly Boeings and they fly everything. Like, what the heck? If this isn't something new that we just started, it's been around for a very long time. I don't get it. Huey, another one. My God.
Yes, I thought this was kind of unique. Lenovo ultra-wide 17-inch laptop has an 8-inch screen next to the keyboard. So in other words, there's 2 screens on it. Now
that's for people who can't get away from using their smartphone. Because that's about the size of a smartphone.
Yeah, and what you have is you can do with it what you would be doing with your phone. So if you want a cheat sheet that you've got with keystrokes and so on that you want to have, it could be on the side while you're watching something. It says in the article, if you're watching something like a TED, you can have it as to take notes on, or you can have it have it in the calculator mode and use it as a calculator while you're doing things on the screen. So it's unique. I don't know. I'm sure it's not going to be cheap, and it's going to be interesting to see if people embrace it if it comes out. Because don't forget,
they've done away with the number pad.
Yeah,
there's no numeric keypad. They put that in its place.
So this is Lenovo's ultra-wide 17-inch laptop. Huey, is this production or a prototype?
CES is all stuff that's coming.
That's coming.
Or
does that
is
come out
planned and so on.
Does that second monitor or that thing that's sitting in the keyboard, does it come out?
No, it's actually another it's a small monitor.
Oh, okay. I think that's
right into the keyboard.
Yeah, I think it's sort of cool, don't you?
Yeah, I definitely do.
I think it's sort of cool. I'm not sure. I bet you when it comes out and you go to buy this thing, it's a lot cheaper just to buy a regular laptop and plug a couple of monitors into it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, and it's probably not going to be very light either.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
The 17-inch laptop is not really a laptop. It's heavy.
It's a luggable.
To begin with. So yeah. So it's that's going to be interesting to see if it gets if there's any desire of people to buy something like that.
Yeah, I think that's really cool. Yeah, so that's sort of neat.
Does it have LTE service built in?
I
That would have
didn't
been a
see.
smart thing to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't see that in the article. So I don't know one way or the other. I didn't read. I didn't read every paragraph, so I kind of browsed it.
Yeah, if I was designing it, it would have had LTE, and then you could use that as your phone.
Bob, are you getting into the medical stuff now? U.S. doctors' labs report cases of fluorona as a
You
virus.
should know that my interests are very, very varied.
They are. You're a man of
There's
Baxter.
the flu, and then there's corona. And now we also have fluorona. Somebody in Los Angeles has been diagnosed with a combo of flu and coronavirus.
Really?
Yep. It's a
Fluorona.
teenager, and his symptoms are extremely mild. So don't get nervous, but that was, that's a first.
Well, I've had my
Wow,
flu
okay.
shot and I've had my corona
COVID.
shots. So
Yeah,
COVID
but
shots.
obviously it doesn't matter. You can still catch them. It's
Oh,
just
yeah.
going to lessen the effects.
Right.
Yeah. So those of you who are going to listen to our show on this coming Monday, you'll be able to see my part that I'm doing is I'm going to teach you how your smartwatch can help you diagnose a COVID infection. So that's going to be my my talk for Monday. It's sort of interesting talk I'm working on. So you might be interested in coming to our Monday show.
Will that work on a Wise watch also?
You'll have to watch the show to see.
I will.
I'm not giving away any of my
I will be
secrets.
there.
And I'd like to add for our podcast people who have not listened to us before. Ron is a retired physician, so a lot of what he talks about is related to health, and he talks a lot about the watches, and it should be a good presentation by him.
Thanks,
Oh, yes.
thanks, Huey. Thank you very much. Bob, what's this about?
Intel, I guess, is making sure that they're not the slowest on the block anymore. They have a new chip, and as you can see, 5.5 gigahertz capable for a new CPU. That's kind of moving along real fast.
Well, at CES,
But don't expect that you can go out to the store and buy this thing. The only way you're going to currently get it is if you happen to buy a computer that's got that chip in it, and it's from CES. So
it could be a year from
very
now.
limited supply, right?
Yeah,
If
it
makes
could be a
at
year
all.
from now. I went to CES several times, and a lot of things that were announced when I was there didn't even show up for sometimes as much as 2 or 3 years later. Sometimes they show these things so that the various companies can see what they're offering and then say, oh, yeah, we want to put that in our computer. So they've got to make the arrangements, and then they got to make a computer around the chip. So we're probably looking at least a year away before you start seeing computers with that chip.
Yeah. Well, with the success has got to be this past year was Apple's M1 chip. When Apple makes their own chip, that was truly, and they're already working on M2, but that is true. And then of course Google now is making their own chip and putting it in. What's Google's called?
But this is faster than both of them. So
both of them. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Anyway,
Yeah, and Intel's making newer chips. AMD is announcing chips at CES, so there's going to be a lot of new chips.
Finally, I get an article to talk about, you guys. finally. And I got this. I put this one up this morning. And the reason I put this up was personal computers aren't dead yet. Laptops are showing new signs of life at CES. And it's interesting because prior to the pandemic, the sales of laptops and Windows PCs had been dropping steadily for the past 10 years. And there was a real concern. I mean, it really was quite noticeable. And coincidentally, the sale of Chromebooks went up exponentially as the PC levels fell. Now it's interesting that, of course, with the pandemic, people are working more at home, and there is a new resurgence of laptops and PCs. And so you're going to see lots of, like what Bob was probably what spurred this, Bob, this new chip was, there are a lot of units being sold now, and it's reversed. The cycle's a bit reversed. So sort of interesting, eh? You're muted. Did you have something to say?
That, yes. I did see an article the last couple of days that Chromebooks outsold Macs this past year. So,
For those of you who don't know, Huey and I do a show once a week, or once a month, the fourth Thursday of the month, and it's called Learning Chromebooks. And I think we've done it for about 14 months now. We've got about 14 episodes, and we put together a show for an hour, and we teach you how to use different aspects of Chromebooks. Michael says, saw the video on the 17-inch Lenovo. Looks very flexible, but too big a laptop for most people. Great for photo and video. Yeah, it is. Those 17 inches are really pretty big. Huey, what is the sign and information for your Sun meeting? What is
my Sunday meeting?
Oh.
I have the Windows special interest group for the Central Florida Computer Society is this Sunday. So if you go to huey.net and sign up for my monthly e-newsletter for the Windows SIG, there'll be all of the information on how you register and sign in. So go to huey.net and you'll see the form to sign up for the newsletter. And as long as you do it before Sunday, I'll make sure that you get the link to register, and that will then send you the link to sign in.
All right.
And Jolyn says, go ahead.
Greetings from the low country of South Carolina and the Hilton Head Island Computer Club. Jolyn, of course, does a lot of tech work. She's been on our show. She's does a lot of tech work with the Hilton Head Computer Club, and we see her quite frequently. Welcome, Jolyn. Is that it for?
Yep.
Okay. This is the article about the scale. I thought this is very cool. So, Bob, I know you don't want to get on the scale. That's okay. Huey, another one.
Yes, I thought this was interesting.
Oh yeah,
it's Asus makes a wild 17-inch foldable OLED tablet. So it's a tablet that folds in half to carry. It has a separate keyboard that you can carry with it, and then it opens up into a 17-inch tablet that you can use with a keyboard. It looked quite unique. Again, this is being introduced at CES, so it's probably not available yet, and probably will be available sometime later this year. And if you remember, one of the prognostications that I made for this year is that foldables are going to become big. So it looks like not only in phones but in computers too.
Yeah, I think this is cool. Eh? Can you imagine if you went to do a presentation, you'd open it up and just hang it on the wall, and you'd have your presentation, eh?
Yeah, Ron, you'll see that I put the same item up myself, and I can tell you that that Asus said that this will be available mid-year in this year, 2022.
Oh, yeah.
And the article, when you read it, is pretty short, so it's worth watching the 5-minute video that comes with it that gives you a lot more detail. Any prices? Did they indicate anything? No prices that showed up in the article. But the surprising thing to me was that they said mid-year of this year, so that might be sooner than later.
Interesting, eh? Okay, Bob, do you want to talk about this one? Everything on the kitchen sink.
Yeah, it gives you a listing of all the things that came out, and it has to do with best work from home accessories, smart home, air filters, sensors, smart kitchen upgrades, mattresses, accessories, baby accessories, pet accessories, so on and so forth. There's a great big list of all the different things that are covered that are at CES.
That were announced at CES, and one of them, it says in the kitchen sink, it's a dishwasher that sits on your counter.
Yep.
Right. And if you do not know what CES is, it's the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas, and it's there on a yearly basis, except for bad years when COVID is really awful. But it is probably the largest consumer electronics show in the world, and it's and so if you want to look at this, just go to our Facebook page, and you can scroll down to this link, click the link, and there's the article for you. All these articles, as Huey said, are on our Facebook page as we go down the list here.
Yeah, take a look at the screen. Jim Gould says geeks in El Salvador are watching.
Did they see that? Did they see that I put their dance video on? Did you?
I don't know. I hope they did.
Sure
If they were here at the beginning.
Guys. I wonder if I play. There we go. There you go. You're famous, you guys. So as we come down, Bob, what's happening with this?
This is designed for those of you that use Android Auto, and usually you have to find someplace to plug it in and this gives you Wi-Fi for that, so you don't have to plug it in.
It's Motorola's new MA1 adapter, makes your Android Auto wireless.
Is this like a hotspot?
Now, it's specifically designed for Android Auto.
Up until now, Android Auto, if you plug in, you have to plug your smartphone, your Android phone, into the USB connection that's built into the newer cars. Right. And that wire is in the way often. So what this allows you to do is plug just that into the same connection, but now there's no wire going from your phone.
Oh, I see. I see.
Okay. Wireless. You can keep this in your center console and never have to worry about the wire. That's the big advantage.
Yeah. Are you so you have Android Auto, right, Ray?
Anybody that has an Android phone, yes, really has Android Auto, because that comes with it. There's something called Android Automotive, which is actually the operating system that's being built into a lot of new cars now, where you won't need to even plug your phone in. It's Android Automotive is part of your system.
Interesting, eh? Yes, indeed. Bob, you're up again. You've been a busy
amazing,
guy.
Isn't it?
You are, yeah. So tell us.
Yeah. Well, Sony, not known for making cars, but they're getting into the electric car business.
Really?
Yep.
Huh. Sony.
And of course, the rumor has it for years now that Apple is going to come out with a car.
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Did you see Apple just turned? Was it this last month? The $3 trillion company. There's never been a company that's worth $3 trillion. $3 trillion.
And getting back to the cars, and I can't remember who it was. I saw an article today, also from CES, that a car has the ability to change the color.
Yes.
That'd be cool.
With software, yes.
Yeah, it's the paint. The paint itself is capable of changing colors.
Really?
So if you get a ticket for a white Ford, you could turn it red, and then that ticket is no good.
Now that'd be interesting in Arizona because I never saw this before until I lived in Arizona for a while. You get the baked car syndrome where all the paint is peeling off cars. I've never seen that before, but it gets so hot there in the summer, it just burns the paint off the car. And I wonder how this is going to affect that type of paint would be affected by that tremendous heat in the summer.
Maybe it's not sold in Arizona.
Yeah, well, it's interesting, eh? Oh, okay. So I get an article to talk about. Oh, this is so cool.
Yeah, this is mine.
Oh, is this yours?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Ray. Yeah. So it says Ron's new television. Oh, okay, Ray, go ahead.
That's
Go
right.
ahead.
Ron, you often tell us that your favorite television is the TCL.
Yes.
And we know you like to be the first kid on your block with the newest gadget.
Yeah.
So I figured it wouldn't be long before you're at Best Buy having them deliver this new 98-inch television to your home. TCL says it'll be priced only just a bit under $8,000. So that sounds like a bargain, right, Ron?
Well, you know, if you look at, and actually I looked at this article because I thought, I'm ahead of you on this, Ray. I said, I got to get this because Bill Gaines will go nuts. You know, Bill will go crazy if I got this. And I thought, you know, 8,000, these are about $30,000-$40,000 TVs compared to, so to come in at $8,000 for this TV is a really good deal.
My biggest problem would be finding a space for 98-inch TV.
Pretty cool. And how would it get delivered? How do you ship that thing?
Well, that's why you wanted to go to Best Buy. You said they provide the free delivery for you.
Yeah, you definitely want a free delivery and have them install it. Get the Geek Squad to install it for sure.
Did you see that TCL is coming out with computers too?
That's an article I got. Yeah, I got an article.
I don't know if we're going to get to it, but so
Yeah.
I did want to mention it. That it'd be interesting to see how the quality of them.
Well, thank you for thinking of me, Ray. I was. Now, finally I got an article. And this is so cool, you guys. Now, this is actually a video. If you click the link, and I'm not going to play the video, but this is, you guys got to go and watch this video after the show because this.
What's it about, Ron? For the podcast,
it's about
people?
the Tesla's new e-bike. So Tesla, as you know, I've got an e-bike and I'm really happy with it, and I like to ride it, not in the snow, of course, but. What is happening, of course, is BMW, Mercedes, all the car companies now are also making e-bikes. And so, of course, not to be outdone, Elon Musk has produced and made this e-bike. And you're going to say, well, okay, so what's the big deal about this? Well, of course, it has auto driving, right? It drives itself. Not only is it an e-bike, but as the Teslas do with auto driving, this will drive itself. Now, in order to do this, they've had to redecide how these bikes work. And if you look at it, of course, you'll see there's no spokes. And of course, there's no cables. All the cables are internal. And you'll see that it does have 2 tires and it has a handlebar. Okay. So if you got on this bike and you wanted to ride the bike, you would probably crash it at the first corner because the handlebar doesn't turn. The front wheel turns when you lean to the right or you lean to the left. And that's how the auto steering works or auto driving works. And this is really quite a fascinating piece of engineering. It is available for sale. It was not clear in this video if you have to own a Tesla to be able to buy the bike, and it did not indicate what the price of this bike is. But it is an amazing, Tesla does some pretty amazing stuff, right? But this is an amazing piece of engineering. And I was just so excited when I read this. This is just out of space age. Like, this is really cool stuff. So anyway.
So, Ron, do you send this bike out and just have it send you back pictures of what it covered?
You could do that. You could do that. Jim says, we are famous. You are famous. You are. John says, chilly 54 degrees. On one side and red on the other. On one side and one color. John says, remember to click the thumbs up, support the channel, y'all. Right. Yes. Click a thumbs up. Give us a nice comment. That would be great. So anyway, what do you guys think of about the Tesla e-bike? I think that is so cool. Watch the video. So you guys later on, when you come back, go back to the Facebook page and watch the video. I think that's really cool. Ray Baxter.
All right.
Do you want to talk about?
This is titled John Deere Breaks New Ground with Self-Driving Tractors You Can Control from a Phone.
Whoa.
So the John Deere tractors have been capable of steering themselves for about 2 decades. And but you have to have a person in the cab to operate some of the other controls. This, for the first time, you don't need anyone in the cab. And here's an interesting aspect from the article that I thought. It points out that many fear robotics will wipe out millions of jobs. But in farm country, the situation is workers are in short supply. And younger people are moving to cities. So the only way to ensure there's enough food to feed the world is using features like this. There's 2 boxes, one on the front and the other in the back. They contain a total of 12 stereo cameras and an NVIDIA GPU that let the farmer control the machine from a smartphone, starting with a swipe of a button and watching live video as the machine moves across the field. Pretty amazing.
It also tells you information about the soil and about the conditions and so on. So it gives the farmer a lot of information about his farm, as well as being able to use the tractor part of it.
We actually
Just like a drone that never leaves the ground.
Yes.
Well, we actually at our computer club in Mesa had a farmer come once and talk about this a few years ago. So this is not new technology. This is all run by GPS. In fact, that they can, when the actual soil analysis and the putting a fertilizer back in the soil, it's all done dynamically as the tractor's going down the field. It's constantly testing the soil, and then it adjusts the fertilizer to fertilize the areas that need more fertilizer or less fertilizer, and it's all run on GPS. Of course, the thing that's different about this is, of course, running it off your phone. Interesting stuff. Interesting times, eh? Yes, indeed.
Jim Gould says Deere has the largest autonomous vehicle fleet in the world.
There you go. Yeah.
And George Bowden says Tesla bike is a gimmick that'll quickly fade. That's George's opinion.
Well, yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know. I mean, it for sure will depend on what the cost of these things are, but I don't know. It's pretty cool. Yes, the Pixel Walks. I just wanted to let everyone know that, of course, this is a for sure coming out. This is lots of, Google is so cool. They leak everything, like the Pixel phone and all those. It got leaked months before it was released. So there's all sorts of stuff now being released about the Pixel Watch. Yes, I plan on buying one. Yes, I plan on doing more watch videos. So just in case you were worried that I wasn't, that's fine. Imagine a farmer frantically swiping just before the tractor mows through the house. Yeah. There you go. There you go. What would your insurance say when you said, gee whiz, my house just got run over by a tractor?
Has anyone ever noticed that all of these products that wind up being leaked, how there's never any complaints from the company when the leaks come out?
Yeah.
That's because they're planned.
Yeah.
No, of course they are, Bob. That's exactly right. They're and the same with the Pixel. They started leaking all that stuff. And
I quite often have new videos that come out about a new product from Avast, and it's hush hush, but hurry up and get it out there.
That's what makes many people read the article.
That's correct.
Mm-hmm. This was very interesting, and this is an article that was just published. It says HP unleashes the beast in the Elite Dragonfly Chromebook with world's first. Now, this is really interesting, and I think we'll probably talk more about this on our Chromebook Learning Chromebook series. But this is the best and the biggest, and it's got all the latest gadgets on it. From a Chromebook, and Robbie Payne just reviewed this unit on Chrome Unboxed. This is the one they got from CES. They sent it over to the Chrome Unbox to be reviewed, and they reviewed it. And this is I have a Pixelbook, which is my Chromebook, and I still think it's probably one of the best computers ever made. The quality in it is just unbelievable. This is the latest and the best Chromebook. I don't know what the price is going to be on this, but if you want to watch the video, this is the unboxing and reveal of the, it's called the Elite Dragonfly Chromebook, and it's made by HP, and that I suspect it'll be available for our production model this year. But if you want to see a neat Chromebook, and this is certainly the one to watch now. No prices on it yet. Yes, and here is, of course, this is an article. TCL reveals its first laptop, as Huey was saying. New TVs, tablets, and more. For those of you who don't know, I'm a TCL fan. I have in this house 5 TCL TVs. Now, you're going to say, why do I have 5 TCL TVs? Well, because they all have the same remotes, and I don't have to really figure out, for each TV what the remote is. We all just figure it's all the same, so it just works great. So anyway, that's TCL. Oh, and this was an article that was out at Schlange, which is of course lock company. Schlage, which is a lock company, now will be able to unlock your front door with the Apple Watch. Now, this leads into the whole Internet of Things discussion. We've had lots of talks about this over the past year, and all these devices that are coming out that to open your door, close your door, do all the things, turn your lights on, turn it off. It's getting pretty exciting and some very interesting things. So this, you just come up to your door, you put your Apple Watch on the door, and it's going to open it for you and unlock it. Isn't that cool?
Yeah, I did
having
see.
to pay for it.
I did hear on one of the podcasts that I listened to on the Internet of Things by Higginbotham. I can't remember her first name, a senior moment. But anyway, she was talking about, I think it was
Stacey Higginbotham.
Stacey, yeah. I think it was her that was talking about it. It might have been one of the other podcasts that I listened to, but one of the companies coming out with an actual door that has everything built into it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a whole door. You buy the door, you don't buy the individual pieces.
If we get down far enough, I have an article on that.
Yeah.
We probably will run out of time before we get there.
The other thing that's interesting, did you guys see at CES the new fridge from LG? Now, how many of you open the fridge to look inside to see what's in the fridge, right? Well, that of course lets cold air out. So in this particular fridge, there's a window in the fridge and you can see inside, but you're going to say, gee whiz, I can't see inside because the light's not on. You tap on the glass twice and it turns on the light inside the fridge. So you never have to actually open it to see what's inside. Anyway, that's sort of an interesting concept coming out. All right, let's move on. Bob, is this the same? This is, do you want to comment on this article?
I don't know which one you're up to.
Stoney at CES 2022.
Is this the car
in
thing?
under 9 minutes? It's a video, it looks like.
Yeah, this wraps up all the stuff from Sony at CES, and it does it within less than 9 minutes. So it's a video, and you have to watch the video.
Right. Is that the new car? Is that the Sony car?
Yes.
That looks sort of
but
cool.
they go over all the new releases from Sony in a video that's less than 9 minutes.
So is this a true thing? Are they production ready?
Remember, this is CES. These are things to come. Some of the things they introduce never, ever are actually released.
Right.
Some are just concepts.
Okay, Bob, you're up again. Meet the Microsoft Pluton processor.
Yeah, this is a processor built into the computer itself specifically for security. It's a security chip. They don't go into a whole lot of stuff, but basically my question, and I raised this on the Avast Insider thing, is okay, how does something like this, will it replace actually having to have an antivirus? Because if you have a chip that's already there and you can program it and you can make adjustments and increases in how it protects your system, do you still really need an antivirus program? I'm still waiting for an answer.
And I'm sure they're trying to figure out how to word it.
Mhm.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's something
See,
new. I
that's
never
that's
heard
the
about
nice
that.
thing when you don't work for the company. You can raise all these things when you spot it.
Oh, interesting, eh? Yeah.
Yep.
And hold on. You posted this. What do you mean Dell is not going to have a trackpad? Explain that, Bob.
Yep. No trackpad. It doesn't
So-
mean it doesn't mean that you you still have to have a way of doing it, but there's no actual physical trackpad.
A lot
I
of
guess-
people don't like trackpads.
Yeah,
Nope.
most of us, I bet, that have laptops use a mouse
Yep.
instead of the trackpad.
I'm one of those.
Or,
So
or
just-
they
just-
have a touch screen and they use their finger.
For the podcasters, I just want to read this. And this is an article that says your next Dell XPS, which is, of course, their very popular laptop, will not have a trackpad. That's the article. And there's a picture of a laptop without a trackpad. Bob, does that mean that anything on the bottom part here, you can it's not a physical trackpad, but is there still a pad on that lower part there?
There is still a way of using it, and I didn't, like I said, I didn't go into this one. This just caught my eye, and I said, well, that's nice because I don't use a trackpad anyway. But yes, you will still be able to use it. The surface is there. It's just not defined like it normally
Like
is.
a trackpad. Eh?
Yep.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Man, there are lots of new things coming up, eh?
Okay, a couple of notes from the audience.
Yeah.
Michael Swift says, fridge with a window. I suspect it won't stop the kids' teens from opening the door. And then Dorothy says, I only use a trackpad on laptop and a Chromebook.
And even there, I have a mouse. I just never
Yeah.
got used to. And actually on a Chromebook, it's nice because you have so many different ways that you can use that trackpad.
Right.
2-finger, 3-finger tap, and all the other things that are, separate and special just on a Chromebook.
We had Chris Rosinski and I taught Chromebooks at our computer club for many years, and I was a late adopter of the trackpad, and he'd always bring his sort of a plastic dead mouse in and show everybody and say, this is what Ron uses to run his computer, and he said it's a dead mouse, and he said you want to get into the modern age and use your trackpad, and he was quite right, and so I actually use the trackpad quite a bit on my Chromebook now, which works out quite well, but it's a learning curve. You got to get to use it, eh? Michael says, I'll use whatever is handy, mouse, trackpad, touch. Yeah. The only problem I must tell you guys is this, is that if you watch people that are using the trackpad and they don't do it very well, and they're sort of a one finger, point and peck thing, then you're really not getting the value and the functionality out of the computer. I say, look, learn how to use the trackpad, or don't use it and use a mouse, because it's so awkward when you see people trying to just hunt and peck around this trackpad and they're not going very fast. It drives me crazy. So yeah, sure, it's a lot different. Bob, do you want to do the last article here? It says hands-on with TCL's future foldables, wearable display, and AR glasses.
Yeah, it's a recap of the new things that are coming out from TCL.
Yeah, yeah.
And they have quite a lineup of foldables.
Right. And also they have, for those of you who don't know, they have a lot of phones as well, cellular phones. TCL makes cellular phones. They're really, really a pretty good company that's moving into the big world of electronics. You know, it's top of the hour. It's time that we have to say goodbye. Wasn't that fun today?
Absolutely.
What a great time we had. I hope everybody, I'm going to stop sharing now. Stop sharing my screen. Hopefully everybody had a good time today. The podcast will be up tomorrow and we'll see how it all works. Thank you to the audience for coming. Did we answer all the comments, Huey? Did we get them all done?
Just the final one for you.
I still have mouse Chris. Oh, Chris is on. He says I still have mouse traps for you. Yes, indeed, Chris, you're always a laugh. We always had a good time teaching the Chromebooks. Jim says thanks from El Salvador. Yes,
all right.
You are famous.
I hope you get out of that hotel soon.
I hope so. All right. Well, thank you for coming, everyone. We'll be back next week, same time, same place. You want to listen? Come and listen to us. We will, of course, this will be up tomorrow as a podcast. Until we see you again. Oh, and don't forget our Monday show. Come and visit us on Monday. Don't
forget my Sunday window.
Oh yeah, and Huey's got some. We're busy. We got lots of things happening. We are. So anyway, stay safe, and we'll see everyone soon. All right.
Okay. Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye.